Families, greetings, brothers and sisters, sisters and brothers. First, allow me to thank you for watching. Please permit me to again give my gratitude at the risk of being repetitive, but the emphasis is intended. To use life's most valuable commodity, one's time on one's life's work is humbling, to say the least. Secondly, this is not any form of monetary solicitation or a vain attempt for correspondence. The sole purpose for this small offering is enlightenment and upliftment. The words spoken, heard, and listened are of no particular religion, political alignment, or bound by any chains of obligation to any one person. These are for all to see truth, falsehood, agreement, or disagreement. However interpreted, they are sincere and up to the point of late 2016 and early 2017 have been researched. So if times, places, and names are dated, may it be forgiven, but the intent is so no such request is made. Now also in the course of over a year and a half, many more books, periodicals, and television has been read and watched since. So my understanding has increased, evolved, and matured in some areas, and I've been learned to accept my wrongs and misunderstanding subjects and life in general. Disagreeing with my former self is part of the gift of learning, but for the cause, mission, and purpose, I am unrepentant. All was done void of bias, done only in love, and up to that point with available resources, the most thorough research. Due to my incarceration, some, and unfortunately most, believe we are lacking tools or information to stay up to date and current. May this help to dispel the myths. We are of the old guard in our acquiring of said information, but a labor of love is the application applied to myself. In the words of Bobby Cartwright, what you won't do for love. In the digital, social media, and instant access age, I'm sure I will be Googled. As you'll see in the forum, it's a dialogue. For me to be challenged and questioned by any in attendance at the time. May it be kept in mind whether you are appalled, sympathetic, mortified, understanding, or apathetic to my crimes, my heart is here. People are not what they've done, but what they do, my opinion, in life. We all go into a cocoon, a caterpillar, and reemerge as butterflies or moths. Through butterflies labor in the light of days, moths are more conditioned to labor in the darker times and areas of life. One is no less important to life or beautiful. Only perspectives, personal, separates the two, not life, just us people. I made a promise to the person I wanted to become then and the victims of my crimes to bring life after death and use tears to water this desolate garden of prison, forgotten by most. May this submission be a testament to the work begun in my life and in the others through me. To close this introduction, I am making no claims of being the next Eldridge Cleaver, George Jackson, Geronimo Pratt, Umia Abu-Jamal, Stanley Williams, Frederick Gore, or Malik El-Hajj El-Shabazz. I'm the first Dyron Yokley, number 304810 of the same spirit, and student of them and many others, sisters heavily also. Thank you once again. Be blessed and always a blessing. Authentically yours, family, one love.
I want to say something.
Nah, you right. You right. I ain't
I'm
saying
talking about something.
yeah, but like, it is what it is. You know where to swing the most at. See. Hey, D, you can't just be cameraman today either, man. He got to tell him
you gotta
give us some kind
too.
of knowledge, man.
Yeah.
Some kind of input.
He did last week, brother asked about the Hebrew.
I wasn't.
Ah.
That was class gets hard. I'm talking about
that was during class. The brother he thought he asked about the different ways to say love. If there were different ways in Hebrew to say love.
That don't count, man.
Yes, that brother Biddy. Salam.
Hey, that wasn't doing it. I was here for service last week.
Yeah, because the brother was talking about the different ways.
Cause he told me he said something before the service started. He was talking to the brother in her. You know what I'm saying? But he just sit back and he was learning from us. That's what he told me. He would sit back and just learn from us. I told him I want to learn from
we do have the DVD now.
Go get it.
We have to record it. It's that time. Brother Marcus said
He didn't say nothing. He said he answered that one little question and he was cool. I even tried to come over there and raise his hand up and stick my hand up like this to get you to call his name. He wouldn't raise his hand up, man. He killed
That's all right. So you got away with it right now.
Me and that brother had a dialogue, like a long dialogue before y'all came up here. That didn't count.
I'm talking about when the fast part, according to the teaching that D got. The teaching
Yeah.
Here we are, brothers. We'll begin. The brother should be trickling in. They just sent word out, so. But at 6:30, time is time, brother. You know, like Brother Mark's on the side, one love to him. You put that hat and that cane in that ground. It's time. It's time.
Oh,
Let's
let's
get to it. Y'all know how we do it. What's catch you out, brother?
I'm gonna go WNBA.
WNBA.
Die for mine.
Cameraman, scissor man.
Image projection.
There you go.
Image projection. Man, one love. Yes, sir. Brother Marcus Mosiah's Garvey. Not the founder, but one of the biggest faces of the Pan-Africanist movement. I ain't not one love. Like you, brother. Yeah, that's my guy.
Oh, it's about.
Nah.
Oh, he's about.
Nah, right there on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Torn between two of them.
Pick one, brother. Decide which pill will you take. Red pill, blue pill, bro.
You live and you learn.
I'm getting you out the matrix, though. Get a pill with me, we getting out the matrix.
Still live and learn.
Definitely.
I don't mind checking out the WNBA, but I don't mind checking out image protection. What's the score right now?
2, 1.
How many on the WNBA?
That many?
Just one.
No, that many.
Yeah, man. Oh, so it's already. What WNBA then?
Yeah. Now we have a tie between WNBA and Emily that died for mine.
Tiebreaker D.
I guess so. Let's see, you know how we're gonna do it.
Somebody come through the door. Come through the door.
Yeah, I think you would love it.
You catch this?
What about this right here? Just use this.
If I catch it,
This
You
make
catch
good.
it. It lands on this side or this side,
we'll do it
whatever.
like this. Peace to the hydrant. I know it seems silly, but it's gonna serve its purpose. Heads, WNBA. Tails, die for mine. Let's see what we got. Die for mine it is, thank you, brother. That's
Might get twisted or
Ah, don't worry about it.
Recap.
You did bounce to the side. Okay, die for mine. When you hear that term or that phrase, because it said a lot, especially in the environment we're dealing in, that we live in and we deal with on a day-to-day basis. What comes to mind when you hear that spoken? What are those words?
What would you
Bring
die
them
for?
out.
What would you die for, I guess?
Okay, what would you die for?
If it's coming from like the ghetto or whatever, it's like I guess your respect, your property, your like your personal being.
Right up?
Family?
Loosely used.
Family?
I mean, I agree with Quadro a little bit. That, the term is loosely used, but sometimes some people use it. They use it in a magnificent way. It really depends on what do you see value in. What do you value that's worth dying for? Some things we value, it really ain't worth dying for, and it really ain't yours.
Yeah.
And what's really is rightfully yours, we not willing to die for. So that's the big question we gotta ask ourselves. We're putting value on things that ain't worth dying for, and we trying to die for stuff that really ain't ours. The things that's rightfully ours and that really should have value to us, are we willing to die for that? That's the main thing. Are you willing to die for your people? Are you willing to die for human rights? Are you willing to die for freedom, justice, and equality? You willing to die for your people being liberated? Protecting your woman, your children? It can go on, and you can just keep going and on and on and on about the actual things that we should die for, and the things that we hold value to that don't have no value and not rightfully ours that we willing to die for, and it don't make no sense. Hopefully the list run long.
Brother Jason, you know, he really hinted on it, you know, he really got the ball rolling in the sense as far as, you know, dying for whatever you consider yours. You know, and one thing we would consider ours as our family, right? You know, we would really believe that, you know, that's my mother, that's my father, you know, women, and, you know, I can't speak for everyone, but you may have a wife, your children, you would definitely say that they're yours, you know. Now, to say something is yours or mine, mean that you possess it, you know what I mean? And if you're willing to go to the extreme, and you're willing to protect them at all costs, you know, in the sense that you're willing to die, you know. But we always put death in a physical sense, you know. So are you really ready to die for your children? Are you really ready to die in your old ways, your old mentality? You know what I'm saying? Your old way of figuring things out. Because often, unfortunately, more than not, when we get angry in here, you know, we don't think about children. You don't think about parents. You don't think about the wife. It's about immediate reaction to a situation right now. So your mind switches. Now, you know, forget my family. Now respect is mine. You know. So really your children are really yours because you'll at any moment you'll let them go for your respect, for a suit, for a bag of chips, for tobacco, for numerous things. What's yours you constantly possess. What's yours you never let go. What's yours there's nothing that can take it from your grasp. And you definitely not gonna put it down. We put our family down all the time for a little bit of nothing here. So if it's really yours, you know, why does it leave your possession? Not being taken from you, you relinquish it. On a moment's notice. A word could cause it a quote unquote debt. And the ironic thing about a debt in here is that anything that somebody else owes you, that the administration anytime come and take it from you. And it's not yours then. And you definitely ain't gonna be ready to die for it then. You're not even gonna put up a fight. You ain't even gonna argue about it. You might not even fill out the paperwork on it. But when it comes to you and me, it's mine. When it comes to me and them, it's theirs anyway. So how was it mine and theirs at the same time? I didn't know we was on a sharing system. But that's what we do. Inside these stripes and these blues, it's mine. These boots is mine. You can't take my boots. Well, they can't say now Tim's an outlaw. Timberland boots are outlaw. Well, it was theirs anyway. What's really yours? You know? You don't think about that. You know, we love our children, so we say. You know, but we don't do everything we can to ensure that not only that we're there for them in a sense as far as in a physical sense, that we do everything to obtain longevity for making our bodies healthy, you know what I mean? Giving ourselves a chance to live. We don't even equip ourselves with proper knowledge to ensure that they never come in here. We'll tell them good things, don't come here, it's bad in prison, do good in school, this, that, and the other. And then you be like, well, my daddy, I made straight A's. What you make them in? You know, I made them in history. What they teach you in history? They taught me Abraham Lincoln freed slaves, you know, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, these brothers, you know, these are our founding fathers. Now, what do you do then?
Yeah, tell them the truth.
Are you willing to get them on a path of true information? You know what I mean? Are you ready to die for them right there? Are you really ready to die in the sense of fear? Because most of it we don't do because we have a sense of fear. We don't like to think that word because fear brings about the sense of cowardice, the sense of being weak, the sense of being a sense of not being masculine, a sense of not being a leader. But most things that we accept is out of fear. We accept these rules, we accept these things, not because we want to be model inmates, because we're afraid to stand up, we're afraid to bite that bullet, so to speak. You know, that was one of the big culture shifts, you know what I mean? That was one of the major things that was implemented in our minds, is that we got to a point in the 50s and 60s where we no longer were afraid. You know, we got a sense on a major scale, we stopped being afraid. We were ready to get bit by a dog. We were ready to get hit with water hose. We were ready to go to jail. We were ready to get hit upside the head with bats and batons and shot and hanged and burned and murdered and lynched. I mean, because we had I can't say we, but our ancestors, they had a purpose. They were ready for that. But somehow, that plantation fear got instilled in us again. If you choose to be a leader, you choose to be a voice for any type of thing that's going to oppose this system, we kill it. We eradicate it. We destroy it. If you choose to be a voice in here, or choose to stand up or stand with your so-called brother, you know, you go on the max. We take me and take whooping you. We cuffing you. We tearing your house up. We doing these extreme measures. So what we do? Out of fear. We don't attack. We not ready to die. We ain't ready to fight. We ain't ready to make a sound. You sit there and watch all and tear your room up. Just because, like the brother said, he had an altercation that wasn't initiated by him. He was completely in the right, and they told him, we come to tell your job. You know what I mean? But on the flip side, somebody in Unit 2, and you live on top of the hill, owe you a suit. You finna fade traffic, risk getting a write-up and everything, they gonna get that suit. Out of principle. What principles and morals apply all of a sudden in your life that your suit has come down to 20, your life is valued now at 24 cents?
27.
Well, 27. Oh, your stock just went up 3 cents. You know. Well, that NASDAQ doing good today then. You know. We don't think about that. Because that's really what you consider yours. We really consider what we have right now. We consider this to be ours. These my pants, this my belt, these are my shoes, this is my shirt. You know what I mean? This is my necklace. But any more time they can take it. But versus I ain't calling my kids today. I ain't calling that girl today. I don't want to talk to my parents today. I ain't dealing with these brothers today. You know what I mean? You blow it off. So that you can't really possess it. You know what I mean? Anything that you possess, anything that you really care about, there's no lengths that you won't go to ensure its safety, to ensure its embetterment, to ensure its growth, to ensure that it advances. So what have you advanced today? Do you even care enough about yourself? Are you willing enough to die for yourself? What have you advanced today? Who have you advanced today?
Gotta be everything.
I mean, it's.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
So y'all brother, don't forget what the book is. Oh, you got it right there. Can that question be answered right now? You know, it doesn't have to be vocalized. What can you say about right now, 6:30, class has started. What have you built today? What other brick have you put in your structure? You know, what plumbing have you done to your structure? What electronic work have you done to your structure? What have you cultivated the land for your structure? Hey, y'all, don't forget to sign in. Y'all brothers gonna have to, I guess, make a little more room for these brothers coming in.
Seems as if so. Seems as if so.
Yes, sir.
One love. On the way here.
I and I rise. One love. Yes, sir. The mighty God is a living man. You better know it. Yes, sir. But you know, I gotta get the brother get settled. But like you just answered that question, you know, can anybody really honestly say that I've even uplifted the community today? You know, I've indulged or I've gotten to something new, a book, a way of thinking, a new way of living, you know, a new relationship built, a new bond built, anything. If not, then you wasted a day. Anytime that you haven't been constructive, you've been destructive. There's no such thing as And if I'm not growing, then I'm in pause. You know what I'm saying? From the times of our ancestors, the T's of the art, things are in constant motion. The T's of the E equal MC squared, things are in constant motion. And things only move two ways, forward or backwards. That's the only motion in life. Nothing is ever at standstill. It's oil moving right now. We just can't see it. If you break it down, it's molecules, electrons, neutrons bouncing all over right now. You just can't see it. So what are you doing? You know, it's your nucleus in motion. You know, if you sitting around here and doing nothing, either growing or dying. That's how life is. That's the way this cycle built, man. You know what I'm saying? On anything on the expanding or contracting. Whatever you done. Your mind, is it expanding? Or is it contracting? You know, are you adding to or taking away from it? You know, are you spend time reading? Or even if you do watch TV, what are you choosing to watch? What are you feeding yourself? That's food. Anything that you take in, you know what I'm saying, through any part of your body, through any of your senses, you know what I'm saying, anything your five senses, whatever you take in, that's food. You know, just to use that. So what are you putting in your body? You know, because anything that you take in, it has to be broke down. It has to be digested. And once something is digested, what does it do? It starts going to your bloodstream, it starts getting in your system. It becomes one with you. So whatever you're taking in, through your eyes, ears, mouth, nose, touch, taste, whatever you take in, it becomes one with you. Every piece of food you eat, every literature you read, every conversation you have, you know, every time you smell something, you don't even believe that when you go into a bathroom and somebody, because it happens at work a lot, that people come out of there, you know, just get through urinating or defecating, you know, and you go in there and you smell that urine smell. That's there are molecules in there that you're really taking in. Now, sometimes you can taste things that you smell. That's becoming part of you. You know what I'm saying? People's excreting is becoming part of you without you even thinking about it. That's why a lot of times I go in the bathroom, I go just like that. It might not do a great deal, but it's something. I'm just conscious of what that is. Anytime you have a conversation about some goofy god nonsense, that's becoming part of you. So don't be surprised that later on when you talk to somebody, you say a certain word, you have a certain idea, you're like, where did that come from? Because by me being from Chicago, sometimes I say a lot of words that just being around, I didn't even realize it was in my vocabulary. I'm like, where did that come from? I'm country as hell. You know what I mean? But just being around it so much, it's become a part of me. It's become ingrained in my system without my knowledge. So if something that's minor, so minor as such as slang, but in no word is minor, I'm just saying something that's perceived as insignificant as slang can be infiltrated in your system. Just imagine a daily conversation talking about nonsense. That's in you. So of course when you see something, when you view something, when you get an idea, and all of a sudden it's all misconstrued, like, man, I usually don't think like that. Man, why I feel like that? It's over years and months and weeks of having bad dialogue, of getting bad information. Yes, sir.
Make sure I'm following you. You saying we have to manage our thoughts as well as our time, and the amount of time that we spend thinking about any given subject, because our thoughts produce our attitude, and our attitude don't produce our actions, the way we respond to something. So if we don't manage our thoughts, then we ain't gonna manage our time.
You're absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? But your thoughts come from what you ingest through your optics. You know what I'm saying? Through your hearing. You know, because your thoughts come from how you feel about something, how you view something, how you perceive different things. You know, so whatever finally coming in here through the digestive system of the spirit is the mind. The digestive system of the body is here, your intestines. But the digestive system of the mind, when it breaks down, the blood flows through here. This is where other things get broke down. This when it start getting in your bloodstream. This will start getting in your accident walk. So whatever you're taking in visually, whatever you're taking in, you know, hearing wise, whatever you're taking in, even through taste wise, your opinions about food. I don't like lima beans. Who told you that lima beans were nasty? Who told you that things are supposed to taste a certain way? It's something that you heard somewhere along the line. You know, you might not know where you got it from. Maybe you was a little kid and y'all sat around at lunchtime and all the kids like, ugh, lima beans nasty. So you like, lima beans not nasty. But you really don't even feel that way. So now it has a taste in your mind trying to make what you heard right, even though it's really wrong.
I said, like that one day, right? The
like, yeah, they just take like mop water. I'm saying, mop water takes.
Now think about some of the really exaggerating things that we say. We say like this tastes like shit. Pardon my language, but who in here ate some feces? You know what I mean? But believe it or not, you did eat feces before. You don't even realize. Every time food gets transferred a certain way, you really have taken your feces in your body. You eat bugs and stuff all the time. Yes, sir.
That's piece kind of what you built on. It's just kind of funny, man, how, so the universe, it always spins through, you know what I mean? Me and the brother over there, we was building on the same thing about just the mind psychology period, how those vibrations of what somebody else's ideology, or they way of thinking of what they might perceive their reality, it can transfer to your mind, and you visualize that same illusion, you know what I mean? But all that's just processed through the mind. Yeah, it's just peace.
Now, excuse me, bro. Now that's the thing, like we go before talking about the image projection. I get into that, but I want to talk about the NBA thing too. But of course, everything always lines up. There's no disconnect, you know, in the world of the universe. I don't know if y'all familiar about what's going on with the WNBA right now. Some players, I don't know if it was Phoenix or Minnesota, some team, they came out with the Black Lives Matter t-shirts. Minnesota, they came out with the Black Lives Matter t-shirts. And upon their wearing them, they were fine. You know, yeah, they were fine.
3 teams they got fined.
Well, yeah, the first thing came out, the other 2 came out supporting. And the approach that they're taking right now is a sense that when the media, because they're required to do their contracts, because by them playing for the WNBA, which is a corporation, they are employees. Look at them as entertainment, but those people are employees. LeBron James is an employee. You know, Kevin Durant is an employee. Stephen Curry is an employee of a corporation. You know what I mean? So they're employees, so upon the contract they sign, there are certain stipulations and guidelines they have to adhere to. And one of the things is about in certain political quote-unquote movements. So upon them wearing the shirts, you know, they were fined, and then they upon they stipulate also they have to answer media questions, but they refuse to say we're no longer going to answer any questions about basketball. If it ain't pertaining to what's relevant right now, we're not talking. Now, any other question, we'll answer. I don't know if y'all familiar with Marshawn Lynch a year or 2 ago. He had an issue with media.
And you want to talk.
Yeah, well, so they fined him. So what he wound up doing? He was saying something over and over again.
I only talking so I won't get fined.
Yeah, he kept every question they asked.
So I won't get fined.
Yeah,
they trademark.
So in a way,
say that without
he got around the system. You know what I mean? But he was still obligated. Now the thing is about that was something we kind of talked about a little bit last week, but not so many months ago that they came out with the rainbow T-shirts, and that was accepted. LGBT is a political thing. You know, that was embraced wholeheartedly with no flag about that. They celebrated that.
You know, when they came out with the Black Lives Matter T-shirt with Minnesota, and other teams started to do it too. They told them you gotta wear the logo that we gave you, our logo. They basically saying they said they was gonna teach the sisters how to protest, how we should feel you should protest. So they basically like, we're gonna control and we're gonna show you how we feel you ought to protest. Not how you should protest, how you ever feel you should protest for your people. They was trying to control how they protest, so they said our logo, you can't take and remove our logo. When you come out, our logo need to be on the shirts. So others, they just came out with all black to represent their people and represent the movement. So they were like, yeah, they took the logo off. So you ain't representing what you signed on to represent, that corporation or that whatever team or plantation, whatever you want to call it, you know. And so they were like, shoot, they going even further. That means answer no question. I mean, they try to take a stand and, you know, the best way they know how.
Yeah, when Minnesota done it first, but after Minnesota, it was Phoenix, New York, and another team that done it, and they got fined. That's what Minnesota did fined.
Last thing, this is something we were talking about last week, that how movements start to come back or to diminish or dim the light of other movements. We go back to the UNIA movement of Brother Mark's Messiah. You know, the NAACP was started by 3 Caucasian people, not started by black people, to throw attention and to combat the Pan-Africanist movement, you know what I mean? Now there are other movements, you know, the women's lib movement, that was to combat voting rights and different things came along to combat different moves, women's Title IX and all that for women, and another part we did to combat civil rights. Now when Black Lives Matter started popping up, what happened to come right behind it that took our attention?
All lives matter. You talking about a whole nother subject.
LGBT. So now your attention is focused not on murder, but homosexuality. That's the agenda. And what all of a sudden did our black president put his attention on? Gay rights.
Yeah, because of that Orlando, they got that. Because of what happened in Orlando.
So LGBT, this been going on. LGBT was for the last 4 or 5 years. They've got laws passed and everything.
Supreme Court passed.
Yeah, but nothing. What laws we got passed? We still 3/5 human. By law.
No free.
Did they find them St. Louis Brown players when they came up with their hands up and all that? And when they had on that little... Did they have on Black Lives Matter shirts?
Don't bring shirts on.
They just started throwing stuff at them, they moved them, and they called them all kind of niggas. But you know how they control the media. They blocked out the sound. When you could hear the crowd, they started chanting, calling them all kind of niggas, and they were throwing stuff at them. But they took all the focus off. They didn't let nobody know that, but it was in the final call.
Where?
And Minister Farrakhan had said something about when that happened in St. Louis. That was back when that happened with Mike Brown.
The reason why they left St. Louis?
I don't really know. That's
At the end of the day, that's gonna be about money.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's business. Now, just think as far as we talking about gay stuff, and all that. Why do you think that there's really not a major outpouring of or outcry about the murders by police? Because for so many years, we've all been projecting negative light anyway. That's why we don't mean that to each other. For it is, you can't stand a nigga, kill a nigga, shoot a nigga, bitches are cold. So if you kindly put an image in people's head that they're better off gone anyway, that they're better off being eradicated, so once you kill, good riddance to you. When they kill a young black boy, he gonna go to prison anyway. Because the statistics show that by him being such age, he's more likely to be violent, to be a criminal, go to prison, kill somebody else. So they killed Trayvon good. You got him before he got us. You shoot Tamir Rice, 12-year-old. Well, he already playing with handguns, he being rebellious, he bad, he listens to his parents, he gonna wind up in prison anyway. Good, you got rid of him. Freddie Gray, they out there smoking weed, they out there kicking it. Mike Brown, he just robbed, he just stole some cigars out of stuff. Good, he a criminal anyway, kill him. So that's what we do. Oh man, they smash dude over there. Good, kill that nigga. Whoop that nigga. He ain't no good.
Yeah, I ain't that nigga.
So you already been shown that your life is worthless. The world has kindly been shown over and over again, and we kindly tell the world and show them, we ain't nothing, and we love it, and we gonna pay millions to hear we ain't nothing.
My question is about that, God. Is there more or less on the level of us being conditioned like it, or is that just something itself?
Well, there's a conditioning that led to, I can't even say itself, because that's other than self. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is a conditioning. It's a false self. You know what I'm saying? It's a projected self. It's a made up self.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Somebody else's self, or who they said your self should be, was what they made. Yeah, it's a conditioning. This has been a process. If you really do research, you know, we give a lot of kudos to NWA, you know, for saying what they said and what they did on their records, you know, F the police and this, that, and the other. But did you know that gangster rap was sanctioned by the CIA? Brothers have been trying to speak on that type of stuff. It was just at that point in 86 or 87 that they gave it the green light. Now, crack in the hood, we gotta sell this thing. Anything that needs to be sold, what do? You need advertising. You need marketing. Exactly. You need people to go out there and say, we need to sell these guns, we need to sell this dope. So go on with this gangster rap thing. We know this stupid bug gonna eat it up. Because if you know, about that time, you know, Ronald Reagan, one of the biggest historical drug pushers in the history of the United States, well, all of a sudden you had his wife, Nancy Reagan, starting drug abuse resistance education. So it's the war on drugs, the wife versus the husband who pushing the drugs.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Hold on,
sir.
someone said that's a slippery slope right there.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So now we have this agenda. But all of a sudden, who we gave it to the experiment with, now they're making money off of it. You know, the game is turned around. So we need to start pumping this on a more mass scale. Let their own sell it to them. Let their own give it to them. So now, 30 years later, from 86 to 2016, shit, a nigga ain't nothing. So of course, when you see him there, you get mad, cause the same people that walk around, you know, and I've been guilty of, you know what I mean? I don't exclude myself from anything that I'm saying, you know what I mean? We'll say, damn, they just killed that man. Then turn right around, put on some Lil Wayne talking about killing every nigga in the world. And love it. Then walk around the forces of opposition, you know, who we say are our enemies or are our devils, and promote it. Nigga selling dope, shoot a pistol, get drunk. So buddy, like, so of course, when you come to them when you come to them on the level of, now you want to talk to the same officer who heard you degrade yourself and your women, your family for months and months and months, and now you want to talk about what just happened in Florida, he gonna look at you like, nigga, please. Straight up. Because who are you now? Who are you to speak on it now? Because you do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? If a homosexual, he been a boy, he been wearing panties and thongs for 5 years in prison, all of a sudden he come to you, he like, peace God, you know what I'm saying? Everyone's cycle with you, I don't know that. You know what I mean? Just be honest. You know what I'm saying? Or I want to get down with such and so gang or organization or set or whatever. You gonna be like, nah, we ain't on that. So how did that escape you? They looking at your butt the same way. Who are you? Because matter of fact, just yesterday when you listened to a song that you talking about killing, you would have killed that same person yourself. We just did it for you. And in mind, we're really doing you a favor because you would have killed him eventually. You would have killed Trayvon Martin. Because if you'd have had blue or red on, you would have killed him. You know what I'm saying? If you'd have had a hat to the left or the right, you would have killed him anyway. If he'd owed you $20 and on principles, you'd have killed him anyway. Oh, George Zimmerman, he just did y'all a favor.
Gave some bad,
you know what I'm saying? He helping you out. We helping you out.
So why complain?
Yeah, so why be mad? We doing what you doing.
Yeah. But it's a problem because we doing. But then we ain't even stopping it with ourselves. And then when they do it, though, it's a problem.
Because we other than self. We other than self.
That's
who you we saying, bro?
That's why I say, I didn't go value our lives, we don't even value our own lives. Like, I was thinking about, you know, police brutality, that's something that we need to address, but man, we need just black on black crime more to me more than anything. So we killing ourselves more than killing us.
Now I'll tell you a thing about that term, that black on black crime. There really that's really a made up term, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's we say it and I understand where it comes from, you know, and I understand that there is violence in our communities, you know, and things of that nature, you know, but you never hear white on white crime, which is more rampant and the numbers are way out the box than ours, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So the thing is, constantly put their projection, as we're talking about now, into the world that black on black, that's what it is. Everybody else, we straight. Ain't no yellow on yellow crime, no red on red crime, no brown on brown, no white on white. You don't hear none of that. It's always black on black. So we constantly got to pump that. So you constantly hear that. So you constantly going to be fed that. This is all that go on, man. We can't get together. We doing the fed. We messed up. We just ain't going to never get it right. So once you condition like that, you start thinking other than self. No, you ain't no God. No, you ain't no king. No, you ain't no ruler. No, you ain't no leader. No, you ain't no outstanding individual. No, you can't think. No, you doing the fake. No, your flaw always going to outweigh your greatness. So of course. So when you mess up, you accept failure. When you say you're going to stop smoking, when you say you're going to stop masturbating, when you say you're going to stop eating certain things, and you don't do it, man, you know how niggas is, man. You know what I'm saying? You accept that. You accept other than self. You accept other than great. Man, my body, man, I ain't finna work out, man. You know, I ain't get out. Of course you're gonna accept other than self. Because you constantly be conditioned to believe that you only have this much potential. So once you max out, anytime you reach the top of something, the peak what's the only place to go? Down. Once you get here, you might level off, but eventually, if you believe you did the best you can do, if you believe the greatest years of your life were in your teens, high school, your 20s, everything else is a downer from there. So kill yourself. Be done with it. If you don't believe you can excel and get better, be done with it, man. You know, do yourself a favor. That's a sad state of affairs that to be at a certain age and believe that your best times are behind you. That's madness. Right. That ain't got nothing to do with our ancestors. That ain't got nothing to do with the life. If you look at the people that's telling this, they constantly on TV, I'm 70 and I'm in the best shape of my life. Yeah. When we sit around, man, I was in high school, man, we 80 years old, I was the shit. Man, I ain't been like this, though, 18 years old. But these people on the 80 years old pulling trucks with their teeth and all that. They constantly telling you stupid, but you can be better. We really got it from your books.
Yes, sir.
If y'all really want to know something,
yes, sir.
Now, even other than religion, you know, I've taught, you know what I'm saying, about told brothers, you know, about, you know, where the stories of Judaism, Christianity, Islam come from the teachings of our ancestors back in Kemet. But did you know the story of evolution even come from there? The story of coming from the water, you know, about the apes and things of that nature. The story of evolution come from my ancestors, but they were not mythologies, but they were stories. You know what I'm saying? To teach you about a way of life, to teach you about principles in life. They weren't true. But somewhere down the line, somebody made this stuff true. You know, so from when it got from Kemet to Greek, somehow it became true. It came from Mother Goose stories to history facts. And we believed it. So we've been conditioned to believe that these things are what they never were intended to be. They were meant to be lifeless. They were meant to be principles. They were meant things to be built upon. They were meant to be things to be added to self, not to put higher than self. Like me and the brother talking earlier, no man deserves any elevation above you. No man. I don't care what book he in, how long ago he lived, or what revelation he got. No man's be higher than you. None. Anything higher than you is your God. I'm not serving no other man. Who you believe deserves to be higher than you? Because somebody else wrote in the book and said that he saw this, or he had a vision this, or somebody, or some spirit said this to him. Same spirit talking to me too. If I believe that way, I'm elevating no man over myself. Ain't no true leader, no true righteous head would not want you to excel. Because what do you say you want for your children? Better than self. If I got to here, I want you to get to here. So any true leader, he wouldn't stagnate your growth. If any leader stagnating your growth and putting you below him, he ain't no leader. I don't care who he is. Who he is, I don't care who he is. One of the brothers that I follow taught us well, do better. It's incumbent upon you to build. It's incumbent upon you to be better than I have been. It's incumbent upon you by law, you know what I'm saying, of your life and your ancestors and what we teach, to be better, learn more, do more. And if you don't, you in trouble.
Do yourself a disservice.
So what we do, we take these books that we've been given, we take these things that have been passed along to us and told, well, this the best person ever to be in the world. You can never reach that level. Man, he ain't for me, Jack. He better than you. He ain't better than me. My Mac operates the same way, my heart pump the same blood, Jack. We breathe the same air. So just because he may have read more, flew on a plane a few different places, I can hop on the same plane and read them same books. And get my own interpretation. It's even tricky to even take somebody else's interpretation of things. What do you need self for? What do you need your own brain if you need somebody to kind of put what you need to think in your mind? Shit, get a lobotomy. Remove that thing. You don't need it. Just robot it up. Whatever you do, I'm going to do what you do. You create it for yourself. You create it for self. Now in the thing too far as, even if I'm talking about the term African American, me and son of brother C, we're going over a few days ago. How old do you think that term is?
240 years old.
African American?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else?
That sounds just came in to play, really.
100? 600?
I'll say about 100.
100?
I say around about less than all that, less than 100.
What you think?
Because at first they were saying color,
Yeah.
black.
Oh, it's a list of names.
Yeah.
About what time was Marcus Garvey was walking?
In the late 1800s. 1860s, 1870s to the early 20th century, the early 1900s when he passed.
What about W.D. Du Bois?
Early 1900s.
So it was about that time anyway. Didn't they go for you that time?
No, sir.
Yeah, it just evolved. I want to say about in between 40 and 60. In between 40, because I done read about it.
Classify those as like 3/5 human being.
Well, I mean, why are we going back to
Oh, my year. Oh, no wonder.
I ain't like that before that.
And guess who blessed us with this great term? Who blessed us with this great? You remember? Jesse Jackson. Brother Jesse.
Now,
Keep hope alive.
That term was out there long for. We used to use that term in the 70s. African American. Angela Davis, all the big.
But in the sense when it became a legal sense, when we started getting on applications and all that,
Schools and all.
1988. Now what you're saying, the terminology may have been out there, but the legalization, the making you that officially,
Politically
that's
correct.
when it came. When they passed these laws, we don't want black on application no more. We don't want Negro.
Yeah,
we want African Americans now.
Yeah, I read that about how they changed that. It was when they started using like African American. Yeah, it was colored. Then it was
Negro, colored,
yeah.
Other, all kind of crazy stuff. Now the thing about all these names, like the brother asked ago, you've been conditioned to believe. My grandmother believed she was colored. You know what I'm saying? My mother believed she was black. You know, I was conditioned to believe I was African American. You know what I mean? What's the next generation gonna be conditioned to believe they are? My great grandfather was conditioned to believe he was a nigga. Coons, boys, jigaboos, monkeys. You know what I'm saying? So on these generations, they find a title for you. You know, it may soften the blow. That sound a little bit better.
What about one of our own?
Still saying slave, don't we?
At the end of the day.
What about one of our own? New Africa.
Now just think about this. Me and the brother were talking earlier about names. It's something that a lot of nation teach for, you know, slave names and things of that nature. That's the slave name. That's your original name, even with Africa line, but we've taken the term African, but that's the slave name too. But you should be African X then.
No.
Because American is your slave last name.
See?
So if you go back, you wouldn't even take that. Because you know
Where
that
boys
was
come from, Diddy?
Leo African Scipio Leo Africanus. That where the word African come from.
So who was he?
Roman general.
A murderer.
And where other name come from?
Which one?
America.
America Vespucci.
Who was he?
Build on that. Build on that.
And who was he?
Build on that. What you building on about this the African?
Oh, Leo Scipio Africanus?
Yeah.
Okay,
Had
brother. He came to the continent of Alkebulan, which is the name of the continent. Came down there to conquer land, you know, in the name of Greece. So when they conquered the land, you know, such as they did in South America, such as they did in what's known as North America, they different continents, he renamed it. Well, they renamed it in his honor. For going in there killing millions.
Killing millions of blacks.
And what happened with America? We call ourselves American.
Well, actually, Columbus actually never touched the North American land. America Vespucci actually landed in what is now considered the West Coast. So in honor of him really discovering this land, Columbus actually went to South America or at the Caribbean islands. He actually touched here. So in honor of that, America was named after him.
Another Italian country. America Vespucci.
You get a chance, man. If you can, if you got any like
Gave you 2 slave titles.
connect to get the research done, because you do like some historical facts on a cat named Muhammad Ali. Now after Muhammad Ali, we know.
The one that translated the Quran?
Nah, the one that supposed to been the great murderer of blacks in Africa on the continent.
Okay. If you remind me, I'll try to make sure anything I can find on that. You know, so that's definitely new to my ears also. So what I can do, I'll definitely try to do that.
So, upon self, so by you just building on that, what about the original? You know what I mean? What about the original civilization when you build on Africa? You know what I mean? The motherland. You know what I mean? The name, is that still gravitating to that, or is
that's what we've been conditioned to believe that this continent is called. Just like we spoke last week, we've been conditioned to believe that how you see now, that's supposed to be Africa. You know what I mean? That's how we look at it on the map. But the true dialogue of Africa is the other way around. Anybody knows how to
Draw.
Now this is my Achilles heel. I am not an artist by any stretch of imagination. But I'm gonna definitely try.
What you need me to hit me down on third party?
Can you draw the outline of the continent?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'll be honest, bro. We're drawing right side up.
Right side up.
Yes, sir.
I just look at my hand.
Okay, what's the color?
Somebody jamming for him. Can't look. If you look this way, it would have been basically shaped like this.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Now, we ain't gonna
You're not as good as me, brother.
Nah, we ain't gonna go into no detail. I can sit here and draw you if I want that. But it's gonna cost $15 to come see you.
Now, how we taught to look at the continent of Africa and Africa is like this. And how did the Nile flow? As we're talking
It flow up though, like backwards.
North to south.
Ah. Okay, so the Nile, it runs through the whole
Oh,
continent.
north to south.
That's what we taught. That's what we taught. It flows, as we'll say, I'm glad you used that word, the wrong way. But how can that flow the wrong way when this is the only continent on planet Earth that's still rooted to the center of the Earth? That's the only continent since the Earth been here that has never moved. Everything else has been proven that it has been shifted, it has been turned, twisted, moved all around through these waters throughout different times. And can anybody tell me what Lower Egypt is?
Lower Egypt is
Where?
North Egypt.
And Upper Egypt.
The south.
Now look at this. Go look at any map right now.
Oh,
Whether
really?
it's past the current.
Lower Egypt, Upper Egypt, was that big?
No, I'm just
We just
okay.
directions.
Hidden in plain sight, and that's the best place to put true information, in plain sight. Go look on any map in the library tomorrow, and you'll see that Lower Egypt is up here, and Upper Egypt is, down here, and the Nile flows the wrong way. But if you go to the continent and talk and see our ancestors and our brothers and sisters across there, they know that.
Man, you just made my brain smile. You don't even know. You just made this junk light up like, man, it's for real.
It's true, bro. Y'all would look it up. And that's a code that
I'm knowing it's true.
you spend years studying, probably looked at maps 1,000 times and actually saw that.
And never thought.
But it never clicked your mind, why is lower up top and upper on the bottom?
Okay, guys. So you've been in Lower Egypt. That's where kind of more or less that's where the Europeans and stuff was there, like right up in Lower
Well,
Egypt.
they came mostly through this.
That's what I'm saying. Around that way, though, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. So basically, what you building on is like they put themselves up, and more or less, we still down.
Cause now draw that, absolutely. Just think about that. Where is Europe from there?
It's on up, you know.
So subconsciously, without even thinking, Europe is placed above the mother. The child is placed above the mother. But in actuality, it's below the mother in its proper place. It gave birth to everything else. The motherland. It gave birth to these other continents, birth to these other nations, birth to these other people.
But we don't make maps.
But if you look at it the wrong way, how can the minor give birth to the major?
The weakest thing.
I gotta get this on moving it
Yeah,
on upside
yeah,
down, man.
That's why when I got the mother reattached to me, I got it right side up.
Reception got to come.
You know what I mean? The things like that spark conversation. And it's the dialogue that needs to be had. When you got that upside down, oh, I'm glad you think that way. Come here, bro, let me talk to you. Bro, why you got a mermaid on your neck? Come here, bro, let me tell you what this really is. Bro, why you talking? Come on, bro, let me really break it down to you. See, they say great minds think alike, and that's not true. Great minds think
for themselves.
Exactly. That's a great mind. Great minds share ideas. Great minds get inspired by one another. But great minds are individuals. No great mind or no great person in history has the same movement as anybody else. So how do great minds think alike? But it's hidden in plain sight, but we taught to believe that. They taught to believe great minds think alike. If you want to be great, mimic me, follow my lead, do what I do, be other than self, be conditions as I've taught you to be. That's greatness, because I'm great and you're not. So to be great is to be me. To be great is to learn how I tell you to learn. Like we talked about it here before. You can't get a job learning about Kemet or Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Aquabulan. But you can get a job learning about Greek mythology. You can get a job learning about fairy tales, but you can't get a job learning about truth. Go with that on your resume application. You know, I got my doctorate, you know what I'm saying, in Aquabulan studies or African history. But I also have a doctorate in Greek mythology. Just what we need. We need a storyteller. Come on. We need a liar. We need a deceiver. We need a manipulator. Because that's how the system is set up. Trickery. Deception. But the cold part, they had it in plain sight.
I'm still looking at this because I just never thought about it, and I always knew this since I was young, that Egypt had the richest soil because just like Mississippi, the Delta, because of where the river flowing. And I'm looking at this in amazement because I'm like, I just never really thought about why they river run up and all the other ones run south.
The Kemet and the Kaminu and the Metu Netta, or quote unquote the hieroglyph, that's the word for it. And Netta was the closest word to it. That's where the word nature comes from. But when they decipher the hieroglyphs, as they call it, which is the Greek term, which means holy carvings or sacred carvings. But the Metu Netta, that's where the Greek word natural or nature comes from. You know, where the English word, you know, say natura, that's where our word from nature comes from. And the only word that they could ever get close to the word God, because there was no such word as the word God in our ancestors, was that, nature, self. So they already had an understanding of who self was. You know what I mean? So now, but it would be depicted as a block of charred wood in black. You know, so now and that was applied because we always think about the skin tone, the skin color. You know, we put things along racial lines, and the color code that we taught came in the 1500s. So all that color code that came, that's something since the 1500s. From the Spaniards, they color coded the world for a monetary person when they started selling people around. I got a ship of yellows, I got a ship of blacks, I got a ship of reds and browns. Stop. I got a ship of Nikes, Reeboks, Pumas, Adidas. That's what color coding for. But anyway, the connotation of the color black, of the Camino, was also relative mainly to the land. Every time those ships sailed into that land, the soil was that black. The darker the soil, the more rich in nutrients that it is for anything. That's why anything can grow on that continent. Over here, when you see a lot of brown soil, that's not rich. You know what I'm saying? The dark, like talk down Mississippi, that dark, dirty, muddy soil, that's the richest soil you could ever get your hands on.
Yes, sir.
So not only were the people, you know, quote unquote black, but there were many shades. The land, the true land was actually black.
You ever heard that dude like see some rolls?
It's like Rhodesian, you know. The Rhodes Scholarship and all that, yeah, I'm very familiar with that. But because the thing, emancipate. What does emancipate mean?
Well, it's free.
Well, not free to sell.
Let go.
Yeah, to let go. So if something is to let go, that means something else has to have it in possession. I said, me and some of the brothers, he was always studying and talking about the other day, or kind of getting on, what about being the emancipation? The Emancipation Proclamation. You know, I had to do some research when I first heard it, because anytime I hear something, I try to do a little more in depth research for personal study. So,
Latin root of emancipate is emancipatory, which means control the mind. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, like, I guess, like, what was it? Emancipation Proclamation. So it's like
1865.
Free from the head, not free from the mind, basically.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I can't. You saying that? I ain't saying it's true, but I can't. I'm not gonna confirm it. Yeah. I mean, but
knowledge of the word.
I look at the dictionary and tell you what that means. I don't know if it's true. The dictionary said African American.
It's not the Latin root.
I'm just asking. I mean, I'm saying, but your dictionary is your source of validity. I would challenge a lot of words in that dictionary. If I see what you're saying, it's not I'm just saying for myself. I don't know that for sure myself. So me personally, I'm not gonna put something that I don't know. You know what I mean? You know, you share the information as well, but you know how I am. I study everything. I don't just take something wrong with it. You know what I mean? Now once I learn it, then I come back and like, okay, man, Brother Benny, and I've done numerous times, but I've done here right or wrong. I don't take nothing off first basic. That's how I am. Anything anybody tell me, I take it in, take it back, go study, read, talk, whatever I gotta do, find out about it, and come back. And that's important. Because if I have this platform, if I have this stage, and you brothers are trusting me to give you vital and truthful information, I must ensure that what comes in my mouth is right. You know what I mean? That you can go study 1,000 different ways, it's gonna come back true to form. Not saying that it won't be added to, because you'll get your own interpretation off of it. But the foundation cornerstone is gonna be, that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? Now the Emancipation Proclamation, 1865, it freed the slaves, in a sense. But it freed the slaves from personal ownership. But it turned it over to government ownership. Constitution. So now, 1865, for a few years, you were a person. All of a sudden, you know, these Africans started to vote. They started to be mayors. They started to be governors. They started to be councilmen. Hold up. Let's change this thing again. Let's go to 1868. You know, and as they say, the brother used the proper term to ratify, to amend this. Now you're 3/5 human. So now, therefore, everybody in the room that's of is termed African descent, which everybody on the planet Earth is, you're a resident of the United States. You are not a citizen. So you're not entitled to citizen rights. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? You're entitled to a residence right. It's like when you rent an apartment, you can live there. You know, you can move your furniture in. You can put what kind of TV you in there. You could do all that. But you can't paint these walls. You can't change the sink. You can't change the tub. You can't change the rug. So as a resident, you're entitled to move your stuff in. You're entitled to pay me money. You're entitled. You want to invite your girlfriend over. Do all that.
Go nowhere with it.
Do everything you want to do. When you talking about changing stuff, this is not yours. That's why nothing over here. You'll never own anything over here. You can never own anything in the country.
That's what's going on with the law. They not considered a citizen of this country. We like to say we are citizens. As the minister said, what made you a citizen of the country? You still considered 3/5 human. Just check out, all you gotta do is just go back to the Constitution, or you can go back to the early speeches of the founding fathers and just check out what they laid down. That's what a lot of problems falling in the government. As we were taught that they trying to amend and alter what was the original foundation of the founding fathers. Trying to alter that. You still want to live by it, but you constantly trying to amend and try to alter it, and it ain't working. It's not the base of the foundation of this country.
From George Washington,
you can't never have those rights.
First president, you know, which he was the first president of the United States that's in play now. Yeah. But he wasn't the first president of what this meant. Because John Hanson, he did it just on 1-year terms. Now when they changed to the 4 years and all that, then okay, yeah, George Washington, he would be considered their founding father, their first president to their system that they built. You know what I mean? But he was the actual first leader of this country as it was being born, as it was being projected to the world. You know what I mean? Now, the brothers might not know that there are 2 flags for the United States.
Right.
There is the old stars and the stripes, you know, old glory, and there's the Moorish flag. A green flag, green and red. Green, red circle with the green star. There are 2 flags. If you can go look it up. But you're told to love old glory. But even they knew where their knowledge came from. They knew the foundation to build upon this country. Every time this country is represented, anywhere outside of here, it's represented with 2 flags. To know the heritage and the teachings that this country built on. The red, white, and blue, you know, that's old Mother England. We playing shout out to him. I mean to her. But we also playing shout out to who was really here first, who really laid this foundation, who really taught us how to live, who really built this thing, who really made this a civilization.
Moors teachers.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, was that the cherry tree they talking about George Washington chopped down with the Moors flag one?
I mean, I don't
They said that's what
I don't know.
Made the little stoop thing out of when he chopped the tree.
So I cannot tell a lie.
story,
That,
yeah.
that I don't know. I can't say. I try to do some research to say. I don't know.
Did you say anywhere we represent outside the country, there's two flags? The flag, the Moors flag, and the American flag. For example, in so the Winter Olympics come on next month.
Oh no, they don't show the Moors flag.
That's to tell the world the truth. You know what I'm saying? They gonna tell you the truth. Like you an image projection.
When documentations are drawn up, or things of war, or things of any type of mass business or mass movement, or anything they want to do, two flags are presented. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to represent your country as a whole. Now the flag you choose to use for the face, you know what I mean? It's gonna be the more familiar one, the one we want you to be conditioned on. You know, which is, you know, those stars and stripes. Exactly. Because our ties are more loyal to our mother country, our motherland. This is not their motherland. You know what I mean? Their motherland is down here. I can't say up here.
England.
It's down there, so to speak. You know what I mean? So you must constantly pay homage to who's basically paying your bill, who's basically keeping you afloat, in a sense, in the public eye. But the only place in the world that supplies the whole world, if this continent right now was to cease to exist, the whole world would shut down. Every continent on planet Earth is reliant upon everything that comes on this continent. Import, export, cell phones, cars, engines. I mean, we didn't even talk about that frivolous nonsense, you know, that metal and shiny rocks. How this run, all that. Without this, we wouldn't have it. We'll be back in caveman times. Literally. So boy, they don't go in there and pillage. So just think about a lot of entertainers and things of that nature, people who give money, why they're so adamant about adopting kids and going over there. Right. They don't invest over here. They go there. They're not going to Europe. They're not going to Australia. They ain't going nowhere but there. Because they understand the value of what's going on. They ain't trying to get up and they go into these different countries and these different tribes and try to make bonds and build with them. They understand what's really going on. They understand the attachment. They understand investing in what makes sense. It's just a smart business move. We ain't got to talk about the culture and our ancestors. They just make smart business decisions. They go smart with it, brother.
And the rich, and you know, you got Lower Egypt, and you got, and when you look at the continent, but you know, where all the wars take place, most of the wars that our brother Nelson Mandela fought at, they was in where? South Africa,
what they consider.
What they consider to be South Africa.
Right there. And 98% of all disease you hear about on this continent is right there. Zika, malaria, not say Zika, but malaria, Ebola, all that. And that's the main import export, the so-called Gold Coast agriculture. But who comes in? Yes, sir. Who docks their boats there?
European.
Hey, go ahead, get on there, them black on black and white on white statistics about the crime.
Oh.
The percentage wise, so they can see the difference.
Oh, the black on black crimes, you know, in the 30s. White on white is 85%. And 9 out of 10 crimes really are perpetrated by Caucasian Americans. Since we're African Americans, they're Caucasian Americans, European Americans. You know, we'll be politically correct for the camera, you know. But that's what it is. Whites are more prone to the most heinous crimes: child rape, murder, rape, suicide, mass murder, multiple homicides, all that. Our crime, really, our crime rate is that much.
when you building on them with the Caucasian race, you know what I mean? If you go back in historical times, I mean, ain't that kind of natural for them? I mean, they've been savages, you know what I mean? Cavemen, mountain men, you know what I mean? Been, you know what I'm saying, in them lower levels of life of doing stuff like it anyway, from the beginning of times, you know what I'm saying? Prior to the invasions and conquers and everything. So that's been running through their blood, you know what I mean?
Now the cold part is that their history, you know, is built upon, you know, dog eat dog, so to speak. I just use that you know, that euphemism right there. You know, it's been about possession is, you know, making kids, not taking care of them, and fighting and killing each other. So when they came down here, they brought war to the continent. You brought war to a land of scholars. Now, what's known now as our Asian brothers, people from long distance, like, whoa. So they got ahead. So by the time they start trying to make their way east, or should I say west, if you want to be proper with it, you know what I mean? Our Asian brothers, so they was already on point. They learned by observation. It just, you know, it's the same analogy as somebody who's been trained in MMA training for 10 years, fighting the average Joe Schmo. It's over with. You about to get thrashed. Not even the average Joe Schmo, but the average Joe Schmo who just reads, don't even lift weights or nothing. Even though they were more physically equipped, more physically endowed for height, strength, all that. But their mind wasn't, it was natural to them. To be 6'8", 270 pounds, all muscle, I'm supposed to be like that. There was no oddity, but now we like, LeBron James, wow, he's a freak of nature. You know, what he supposed to be? You're not special about LeBron James. He can jump out, he's supposed to jump out. He can run fast, he's supposed to do that. What you so amazed for? But they conditioned you to believe that that's an oddity, that that's supernatural, that that's more than you can do. So you put him on God status. You make him a God. You worship him. Michael Jordan, he was dunking over the rim, Vince Carter and all that. Adrian Peterson and all that, hitting home runs. I'm not special about that. Because if you notice, anytime somebody trains themselves to do certain things, you can achieve the same heights. So there's nothing unique about that. But once you talk that something that somebody is better than you can do more than you, that's your God, if you believe it. Yeah, he's smarter than me. Well, I can't learn right. Or he's stronger than me, he's faster than me. Okay, well, you worship him. You worship his speed, you worship his knowledge, you worship his strength. Cherish that.
So they just trained for it, they stayed on it, because they know that they doing what they supposed to do.
And you know why, even at sport events were started to quail wars, to quail famine, to quail uprisings. When the people were getting antsy, they gave them sport. With that blood sport, money sport, whatever it is, that's all sport was used for. Now it's turned to what it is. But it's the same type of thing. It's when people and things going bad, take your mind off of it. So when you elevate LeBron James, I just use him because, you know, he's one of the most popular stars in the world, even Serena Williams, whatever. When you elevate them to that God status and they miss their shot, they lose their tournament, you crushed. Your God just fails you. Oh, Serena lost the French Open. Oh, LeBron didn't win the championship. Because you worship them. God let you down. You don't even realize it. That's why it hurts. That's why people be crying. That's why people so emotionally attached to that stuff. When somebody's fighting in the ring and they get knocked out, oh my God, how Anderson Silva get knocked out? God can't lose. I read in this book that God is invincible. Even in that book you read, said God feared. Read about a story about God feared. So you Almighty God, omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient, and you fear us? That made me feel kind of special right there. I must be something other than what they say I would. Read it. Read the book. It's in plain sight. But you won't look at it like that because you've been conditioned to put something higher than you. You've been conditioned to put someone or something ahead of you.
Yeah, what scripture it is. The scripture, what's on it?
So in Genesis, is it 11? The story of the Tower of Babel.
The Tower of Babel.
It said that God feared that they would accomplish this feat of building this tower unto the heavens. He feared that. So he had to break up the language so that they could no longer communicate and not finish the work this week, how can God fear? Who is God to fear? The all-powerful.
I don't think that's just exactly what it's saying.
In what sense?
It's time to put in there.
That's Babylon's story anyway.
It's something totally different because it's in the symbolic language, though.
I mean, okay, even that sense, you saying symbolic, who told you what's symbolic?
I don't go out. I don't know where it's at.
I mean, well, you put it out there.
I was just saying.
You threw that ball out there,
I
brother.
don't want to debate, man.
It's not a debate, brother. In all the time, in the years I've been up here, brother, there's never been a debate in this class. Me and the brother, we've been debating. We just gotta understand it. I remember a few months ago, you know what I mean? I remember it, just about most of the conversations I had in here, or where they went. You know, see, debate means that it's somewhere you like, there'll be an opposing force in me. But if you believe we linked up, there's nothing that we can debate about. That just means you understand and see something from a different angle. How can I debate with my brother? It's impossible. I'm not your enemy, brother. So if you debate with me, you put me on a level with them. I'm not them. Never been them. Won't be them. So I ain't no enemy, brother. So you can't debate with me. The only thing we can do is get an overstanding up in here. Agree, disagree, and walk away and keep building.
I agree and disagree and keep building.
That's what it's about. What we debating about? How can we debate when we gonna let a police officer come strip us butt naked in here? We ain't debating with them. How you gonna debate with me?
Yes, sir.
They come in here and say we ain't coming out for 3 days. We gonna drink jungle juice and bologna sandwiches, and we don't eat pork. And that's all we gonna get. You ain't gonna debate with them. So you can't debate with one we're gonna fight with you. It's impossible.
Yes, sir.
I ain't that. I'm aiding assistance. They come put in chokehold, I'm gonna go kick them on the side of the head. What you do for me? I do it. It's in my jacket. Done it. Doing it. There. On camera. No fear. I'm there. Look me up. Love my people, man. Straight up. One love, bro.
One love.
Real. I'm on that. That's what I'm up here for, man.
But other than that,
That's why I study like I study. Cause I study for y'all kids just like I do for mine. I study for your mothers and fathers. I study for your brothers and sisters. That's what it's about. This ain't just for this class. We extensions of other people. People are extensions of us. That's what this is about.
Yes, sir.
This ain't here to debate. This ain't to argue. Now argue with you now we at odds. Now we believe that lie. Now we believe Africa that way. We believe it's Africa. We enemies. It's a divine line. Ain't no divine line. None. They taught you that this color is wrong and this color is right. This book is right, this book is wrong. See, it's who? That's what they told you. That's the condition you believe. Image projection. Well, if you wear a 6-point star, I'm for Judaism, not no gang stuff. You wear a star and a crescent, you wear a cross, you wear a fish. We odds with each other. So when you see something happen to somebody else, you ain't gonna feel bad about it. They killed the Muslim, good. They killed the Jew, good. They killed the Christian, great. Because somebody told you that they was your enemy anyway, but he looked just like you.
Segregation.
And ain't no regardless how you see me, when they come in this room, they see ain't nothing but inmates. That's all they see. So if you see me out from any other angle other than a brother that's in the same slave ship, just think about Roots, the movie Roots, the original, even the ones and now. That when they were in that ship, they spoke many different tongues. They spoke different languages. You know what I mean? But it was certain things they had in common. So there were certain words and things, and actually they were able to relate to one another to get messages across.
Insane.
So when the brother was laying there, Kunta, he shouted something out in his language, his native tongue, until somebody understood what he said. Like, hey, yeah, that's me. Brother, now they communicating. So the goal was obviously to get everybody on one page. So when they talk to them sisters, sister, can you help us? They doing this song form. They passing war strategies to each other in song form. Yes, my brother, I can help you. Where is the captain? He's going in a book, the thing right now. And all they see is they some happy people. They love to be enslaved. They don't know they playing a revolt in your stupid butt. There were no opposing forces. There was no room for debate in the slave ship. What room do we have to argue when we can change and shackle?
We on the same
How can we debate? I'm hurting just like you, brother. Straight up. And I, you know what I'm saying? It probably works. I got a buttload of time. I ain't got room to be. I got kids to teach. I got brothers to uplift. I got family to train. I got a world to shake. So to be in here, spend an hour and a half and not building and destroying, that ain't my demo. I'm a master builder. I'm a master architect. Straight up. I ain't no wrecking ball, Jack. I used to be. That's honest. I used to be a destroyer, a master of destruction. I was a Decepticon, Jack. I was turning all kind of stuff when the moon fits. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. I'm just telling you the truth. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm on the Optimus Prime though. If you understand what the word meant. They took words from my ancestors, Optimus and Prime. You know what I'm saying? Preach. Alpha and Omega. Look at the words in transform and see where they come from, bro. They throwing you stuff in cartoon form because they want true knowledge to make you think that it's bogus. It's
animated, not real.
They give you the story of Matrix in a sense of mythology and sci-fi. They really telling you something. Planet of the Apes, they really breaking something down to you in the Planet of the Apes. But it's sci-fi, it's action thriller.
Or is it somebody trying to send out a message some type of way in the form of entertainment? That's how I look at it sometimes.
But they give everything to us in plain sight.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. Everything you want to know is right there. It's so close you can't see it. It's so close you can't even imagine it's that. You wouldn't believe it. Because what's the thing when you discover something, just like we just did that. Like the brother said, man, it was the whole time.
I've been knowing something about since this time.
You probably can't even count. Now, I would imagine at least from the 50s to the 100s, how many times you probably looked at a map. And everybody here is literate, I would imagine, you know. So you saw the words, you actually probably read the words. But now for 1 second, forget the now, but the lower and upper. Why the hell is that like that?
Now that speaks though, God, because I have plenty of maps and I research and study things too, and that's exactly how they get had. Like Europe is up there, you know what I mean? And then the Asia is like right there, but then down here is more of the, you know what I'm saying, the African civilization, you know what I mean? It's kind of like on the bottom. You know
Let's think about, I'm gonna tell you another thing, put in plain sight. Everybody know what the Pangea is?
Yeah, massive continent, ancient massive continent, when all the continents were connected.
Exactly. The things about the Pangea. And the first time they were able to make a computer-generated image of the continent breaking up from the Pangea, they always have them breaking
away from it.
Yeah. This never moves. Look at any simulation of the Pangea and the continent. They all coming off it. They telling you right there, we came from there.
Man, let me ask you this then.
In plain sight, but it's so close you can't see it.
Say one more time. You know it.
Hold on, the brother has his hand up.
Well, I want to go in a different time. I want to go in another direction. You spoke of emancipation, and then you mentioned Emancipation Proclamation.
Yes, sir.
I want to ask you, what message you think is being sent by the presidential nominees and the vice president pick that they made? You know, I mean, we got a black president, he served 8 years, and his approval rating is way up there, you know, but both teams are lily white people. You know, it's like, and the whole message being, make America great again, you know, get a country, we want the country back. So like, by them picking the vice president they picked, and Hillary Clinton, she's with the people who say Black Lives Matter, what message is being sent to us?
Okay, well, before we get, what you gonna say? Cause we gonna probably want to go on that for a second.
I was just gonna say, if y'all know, if anybody ever watched the end of that movie they got made in 2012, so-called, you know, a bunch of the global warming, natural disaster, all the different stuff.
Inconvenient Truth.
But I'm saying at the end of
I know you talking about the actual movie 2012.
Yeah,
They got on Noah Ark or something.
Yeah, when they got on the arcs and all that different stuff, then no continent get hit. When they so-called was the end of the so-called world, the only continent that it get struck was the motherland. And then when they showed the picture of all the other countries, as if those countries, they were showing it like it was supposed to be a map. But they had the United States, they had Europe, they had you know, Asia, they had everything, but it all fit into the motherland. They were basically saying everything came from the motherland.
Yeah. And then I was gonna say this earlier.
I mean, that's just, you looked at it at that point, if you just caught it.
It's just something I've been, this always been embedded in my head. I know it gotta come from classes, schools, and my mom when I was younger. But I can't remember if it's true now, so I want you to look this up too. That each continent moves 1 inch a year.
Talking about the global warming, the flood, and the water, and all that. Or
Now, I'm
erosion.
talking about this is just what's been happening over time. Each continent drifts away 1 inch a year.
Now, a lot of stuff like that is a lot of theoretical science. And theoretical is just educated guessing. So I'll look it up and see if anybody can find any factual basis. But I can't. I never try to do that. You gotta help me remember too, because I got so much filtered through my mind. As far as that, in a very quick, cliff note, so to speak, because I know we don't have that much time. The message that I believe is being sent, now this is personal opinion, this is another factual, this is something coming just from my own thinking interpretation of things. As far with the nominations, basically what they're saying is that this is it. This is all you got to pick from. This is all we gonna offer you. You're either gonna take this crazy ass racist man or this lying crazy woman. And that's all you're gonna get. You choose. I mean, I'm finna use this terminology, you know what I'm saying? But like they say a lot of times on shows, suck it. This is it. This it is.
The lesser
don't look over there, don't look over there, don't look down there, don't look up there. This is all you're gonna get. Like we go to them chow halls.
Take it and leave.
So what's gonna be our plan? I mean, we got a lot of knowledge. We cover a lot of areas, but what's gonna be our plan specifically for going forward? I mean, we still gonna be confined. We gonna have to talk to somebody.
Does your hour entail our plan or our plan? You know what I mean? In a sense of, does your building start with self? Because right now, if we all say, man, we about to take a united front physically, but in the midst of the storm, half us fall away, we would doom to fail. So oneself, everybody must be built up to understand that there's no fight without resistance. There's no kicking without being hit back. There's no movement. There's for every action, as New said, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So we must understand, as we push, we're gonna get pushed back. Now, when we get the push back, will we run? You know what I mean? Or can we stand? I just use the circumstance we live in now. If we choose to take a stand, can we go on max for a few years? Even knowing that you may not have nobody support you monetarily.
We wouldn't necessarily have to go on max. I mean, we gonna have to do something, say something about how men are being treated here at this place. I mean, yes, sir. I mean, most people got in mind, man, I want to go, I'm ready to leave, because they say, well, this is the best, this is one of the best spots. If this is the best, then we in a world of trouble, man.
I understand now think about this sentiment alone of being ready to leave. If we all leave, that changes nothing. The next brothers that come into this, they gonna have to go through it. So what we did them a disservice. If Martin, Malcolm, Mega, Huey, Elijah, Marcus, and all them had that mentality, we wouldn't be where we are. Somebody gonna have to get hit, bro. That's just, excuse me, sir. I'm gonna call you sir. Somebody just gonna get hit. You know what I mean? If we all have a running mentality, somebody has to deal with this. You know what I mean? Just like generational problems. Like nobody not taking a stand. Our parents had to deal with certain things. Now we have to deal with certain things. Now our children are having to deal with certain things. Somebody will have to eventually put their barricade up like, no, this is it. This is where it's gonna stop. You know what I mean? So leaving here solves nothing. Many people have left here, but the problem is still ongoing. You know what I mean? So it's
do we have the opportunity to have any type of banquet or anything like that? Yeah, I mean,
yes, sir.
We have a
feast that coming up next week.
They call it out now 2 or 3 times. And they see a lot of people showed up, right? And I just wonder, do we have a banker or something? I mean, some way to represent us. I mean, because a lot of people think this is about reggae and Jamaica, but this is Black history. You know, and a lot of people they don't celebrate Black History until February.
Now the word roster actually dates back. I don't know if I got it up here. I can show you the hieroglyph for the word roster. It was a place. You know what I mean? So the word roster really just means prince, crown. You know what I mean? So that's all it really is. Now the Tafari Mokanan, the Rastafari, that's the note of the Nagu Haile Selassie, you know, as the reincarnation of God. You know what I mean? You know, the 72nd coming of Christ. I don't believe that. You know, I don't worship no man. It just I'm not gonna do it. You know what I mean? I pay much homage, you know, to what he did. He did fight for Abyssinia, Ethiopia. You know what I mean? But there's also more to his story beyond that. You know how he wound up dying and wind up getting caught up in the madness of the kingdom. You know what I mean? Because his own people had revolted against him because he was living in very lavish conditions while the rest of Ethiopia was in poverty. So they came and ran in his palace, kidnapped him and threw him in prison for so many, and then let him out, and he wound up, you know, pretty much dying in disgrace in his own country. You know what I mean? But that doesn't diminish what he did do, because when the Italians came in and kicked him out, he rallied up troops, came back and fought one of the most powerful evil Axis allies, and ran him up out of his country. So it's much love and respect to that. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Anything that's built, you know, you gotta. Me and the brother talk a lot. Me and the brother Jay talk a lot. Like we talk about like Kendrick Lamar. The brother mine is very advanced for a 20-something year. You know what I mean? Now the thing is, he has a balance of where does he go with this? Because the more famous you get, the more them lights get to glowing, the more the world and feeding, the more they throwing at you. Can you maintain your sanity? You know what I mean? Just even around here, the more people call your name, the more people rely on you. Can you maintain who you are? Can you keep your foundation? Matter of fact, when y'all came in, we talking about Tupac. You know what I'm saying? The brother 18, 19, 17 was spitting poems. You know, kind of freestyle rap, but he was spitting poetry. Black Panther with the color, with the fist. Asad Shakur, Matuda Shakur's stepfather, knew the revolution inside and out. Tupac in that street for my niggas, me against the world. Now all of a sudden he had to make this bad. Before he actually did that, the brother was jumping around stage in bikini draws, humping blow-up dolls.
Yes, sir. He said
knowing he a revolutionary in his heart, but for whatever reason, whether it was monetarily or to get on or to get his opportunity, he was humping. You know what I'm saying? This ain't Tupac. We seen the mother lover this and all that. It was on stage, on the ground, humping blow-up doll, smacked on his butt and all that. The same Tupac, Phoenix Shakur.
But he told you on Kendrick Lamar, he said I had to do I did a whole bunch of demeaning things to myself.
Yeah, you're right. But these are the things. Now, once he got to a certain stage of different albums, you know, he kind of got lost in the limelight. You know what I'm saying? They start hitting him, famous. You're a multi-millionaire, wear Versace and guns and pistols and fight with the East Coast. And now you and one of your best friends, y'all enemy each other, y'all hate each other. You know what I mean? So his heart was still, I love my people, but I still don't want to be broke either. You know what I'm saying? I still love the taste of this fame is great. You know, that's the tricky balance that we all have. Because regardless of what you do, there's gonna be an elevation in your life. I'm saying, can you maintain your sanity?
That's what they said, the biggest jihad within yourself. The war within self. Are you gonna, like you said, you're gonna maintain it because you got, everything else, Lucy all around you. Like Kendrick said, you got Lucy all around you. Get pulled, trying to pull you back and forth, but you gotta stay firm.
Any type of
stay in the fight.
Just think about the word fame or famous. You add 2 letters to that, and it changed the whole definition of that word. Yeah. Your fame can become infamy in a blink of an eye. One of the very greatest out like you, Hitler. His fame uplifted his people, the German people. You know what I mean? Brought pride and did everything that we speak of doing for our people. You know what I mean? And in whatever country that we believe we belong to, he did exactly what we talk about doing. But somewhere, wires got crossed. Somewhere he became a demigod. Somewhere he felt that he was greater than. You know what I mean? He was no longer a servant to the people. Now he became a ruler of the people. See, that's the thing. A great leader, when he keeps a servant mentality, you'll always be that great leader. But when you start believing what other people say you are, that's when you have a problem. When you stop believing and not believing, because beliefs change. When you stop knowing who you know you are and start believing what people say you are, that's when you have a problem. You have to know thyself. I can't define anybody in here. I can't tell anybody who they are. I can't tell anybody else what to believe and how to believe. Because I could say the alphabet A through Z. And however I feel I say it, that's me. So if I tell you say it in song form, A, B, C, D, you might not be comfortable with that. So who am I to draw a line with you? He don't sing it. You know what I'm saying? God, he want to say it all slow. So he said it. We you know what I'm saying? When we get caught up in the math, you said 6, I said half a dozen, now we beefing. You said 12, I said a dozen. You said tomato, potato, now we beefing. Silliness. Now while we fighting, they killing both of us. We shooting at each other, and they standing behind us, picking us off.
They got the queen over there in the corner cuffing.
And the queen, now the queen is gay. Now the queen turns to other women because men are not there. Or queen scraping the bottom of the barrel looking for anything, everything to run through it just to have companionship in the bed at night because she's lonely, she's scared.
King.
Come on now. Peace and one love, bro.
Peace and one love.